What if I told you that your body has been desperately trying to warn you about heart disease for months, maybe even years, but you've been missing the signs? In the next few minutes, I'll reveal 5 physical signs that cardiologists immediately recognize as red flags for heart disease, signs that could save your life if you know what to look for. And number 2 on this list is so commonly ignored that doctors say it's the most frustrating missed warning sign they see in their practice. Betty Williams, a 72-year-old from Arizona, noticed her ankles swelling, but blamed it on the desert heat. 3 months later, she was rushed to the emergency room with severe heart failure. Her cardiologist told her the swelling was her heart's desperate cry for help, a warning she unknowingly dismissed. Sign 1. Unexplained fatigue and weakness. Are you constantly exhausted even after a full night's sleep? This isn't just about feeling tired after a busy day or needing an afternoon nap. We're talking about a bone-deep fatigue that makes simple tasks feel like climbing mountains. When your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, every cell in your body struggles to get the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function properly. This creates a cascade effect where your entire system operates at reduced capacity, leaving you feeling drained and weak even during activities that used to be routine. According to research published by the American Heart Association, unexplained fatigue is one of the earliest warning signs of developing heart disease, particularly in people over 60. The study followed over 15,000 participants for more than a decade and found that those who reported persistent, unexplained fatigue were 3 times more likely to develop significant heart problems within 5 years. What makes this symptom particularly dangerous is how easily it gets dismissed as normal aging or stress. The heart muscle gradually weakens, reducing its ability to pump blood effectively throughout your body. But this happens so slowly that many people adapt to feeling tired without realizing something serious is happening. Consider Harold Martinez from Texas, who used to enjoy his morning walks around the neighborhood. Over 6 months, he found himself needing to rest more frequently and eventually stopped walking altogether, telling his wife he was just getting older. When he finally saw his doctor for a routine checkup, tests revealed significant blockages in his coronary arteries. His fatigue wasn't age, it was his heart struggling to supply his body with adequate blood flow. Harold's story illustrates how this symptom often progresses gradually, making it easy to rationalize away until the underlying condition becomes severe. If you're experiencing persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, start tracking your energy levels throughout the day and note which activities leave you feeling unusually drained. Pay attention to whether simple tasks like grocery shopping, light housework, or even getting dressed require more effort than they used to. Keep a simple log for 1 week, noting your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10 at different times of day, and bring this information to your next doctor's appointment. Don't dismiss this as just getting older. Your heart doesn't age overnight, and sudden changes in your energy levels deserve immediate medical attention. Sign 2. Swelling in legs, ankles, and feet. This is the warning sign that 7 out of 10 people dismiss as normal aging, but cardiologists know better. When your heart can't pump blood effectively, fluid begins to accumulate in your lower extremities due to gravity. This isn't the temporary puffiness you might get from sitting too long during a car ride or from eating too much salt at dinner. We're talking about persistent swelling that doesn't go away after a night's rest, leaves deep indentations when you press on it, and makes your shoes feel uncomfortably tight even first thing in the morning. Mayo Clinic cardiologists have identified this type of swelling, called peripheral edema, as one of the most reliable early indicators of heart failure. Their research shows that when the heart's pumping action becomes less efficient, blood flow slows down, causing fluid to leak from blood vessels into surrounding tissues. This process typically starts in the feet and ankles because gravity pulls the excess fluid downward. What makes this symptom particularly concerning is that by the time swelling becomes noticeable, the heart's function has already declined significantly. The fluid buildup represents your body's inability to maintain proper circulation, and it's a clear signal that your cardiovascular system is under serious stress. Linda Chen from California noticed her wedding ring getting tighter and her ankles looking puffy after long days at her part-time job at the library. She bought wider shoes and removed her rings, thinking it was just part of getting older. 6 months later, during a routine physical, her doctor immediately noticed the swelling and ordered heart tests. The results showed that Linda's heart was operating at only 40% of normal capacity. Her swelling wasn't age-related. It was her body's way of telling her that her heart was failing to keep up with its essential job of circulation. Check for swelling by pressing your thumb firmly against your ankle or the top of your foot for 10 seconds. Then remove your thumb and look for an indentation that remains. If the dent stays visible for more than a few seconds, you're looking at significant fluid retention that needs immediate medical evaluation. Also, pay attention to whether your shoes feel tighter than usual, especially in the morning, or if you notice sock marks that stay visible long after you've removed your socks. Every day you wait to address this symptom, your heart works harder and harder to maintain circulation. Sign 3. Persistent shortness of breath. When climbing stairs leaves you gasping for air, or you find yourself breathing heavily during activities that never used to bother you, your heart is sending an urgent message. This isn't about being out of shape or needing to exercise more. We're talking about a progressive difficulty breathing that develops during routine activities like walking to the mailbox, carrying groceries, or even having a conversation while walking. When your heart can't pump blood efficiently, your lungs work overtime, trying to extract more oxygen from each breath, but they can't compensate for poor circulation indefinitely. Johns Hopkins cardiac specialists have documented that shortness of breath during normal daily activities is often the first symptom that brings people to the emergency room with heart problems. Their research indicates that when the heart's pumping efficiency drops below normal levels, the body's demand for oxygen exceeds what the compromised cardiovascular system can deliver. This creates a condition where even mild physical exertion triggers breathlessness, because your heart simply cannot keep up with your body's oxygen needs. The symptom often develops gradually over months, making it easy to attribute to aging or lack of fitness rather than recognizing it as a serious cardiac warning. Frank Rodriguez from Florida used to pride himself on maintaining his garden without any help. Over the course of a year, he found himself taking frequent breaks while pruning his roses and eventually needed to sit down after just a few minutes of light gardening. He told his daughter he was just slowing down with age, but she insisted he see a doctor when she noticed him breathing heavily just from walking from the car to the front door. Tests revealed significant blockages in multiple coronary arteries, and Frank's breathing problems were actually his heart's inability to supply adequate oxygenated blood to his muscles during even minimal physical activity. Start monitoring your breathing patterns during routine daily activities and note any changes from your normal baseline. If you find yourself pausing to catch your breath during activities that used to be effortless, or if you're avoiding certain tasks because they make you feel winded, document these changes and discuss them with your healthcare provider immediately. Pay particular attention to shortness of breath that occurs when you're lying flat, as this can indicate fluid buildup in your lungs due to heart failure. Your heart can't wait for you to catch your breath. Seek medical evaluation as soon as you notice persistent breathing difficulties. Sign 4. Irregular heartbeat or heart palpitations. Does your heart sometimes feel like it's skipping beats, racing for no apparent reason, or beating so hard you can feel it pounding in your chest? These sensations, called palpitations, can range from feeling like your heart is fluttering like a butterfly to experiencing sudden episodes where your heart rate shoots up without any obvious trigger. While occasional palpitations can be harmless, persistent or frequent irregular heartbeats often signal underlying heart disease that requires immediate medical attention. Your heart's electrical system controls its rhythm, and when heart disease damages this system, it can create dangerous irregularities in your heartbeat. Harvard Medical School studies have shown that people over 60 who experience regular heart palpitations have a significantly higher risk of developing serious cardiac complications, including stroke and sudden cardiac arrest. The research demonstrates that irregular heartbeats often indicate problems with the heart's electrical conduction system, which can be caused by coronary artery disease, heart muscle damage, or other cardiovascular conditions. What makes palpitations particularly dangerous is that they can progress from occasional episodes to persistent, irregular rhythms that compromise the heart's ability to pump blood effectively. The heart's electrical system becomes increasingly unstable as underlying heart disease progresses, leading to more frequent and potentially more dangerous rhythm disturbances. Evelyn Thompson from Michigan began experiencing episodes where her heart would suddenly start racing while she was reading in her chair. The episodes lasted only a few minutes, so she didn't think much of them until one occurred while she was driving and made her feel dizzy and disoriented. Her doctor discovered that Evelyn had developed atrial fibrillation, an irregular heart rhythm that significantly increases the risk of stroke. The palpitations she'd been ignoring were actually warning signs of a serious cardiac condition that required immediate treatment to prevent potentially life-threatening complications. Keep a detailed log of your palpitation episodes, noting the time of day, what you were doing when they occurred, how long they lasted, and any other symptoms you experienced such as dizziness, chest discomfort, or shortness of breath. Use your smartphone to record the date and time of each episode, and if possible, try to check your pulse during an episode to document your heart rate. This information will be invaluable for your doctor in determining the cause and severity of your irregular heartbeats. Irregular rhythms can turn deadly without warning, so don't wait to seek medical evaluation if you're experiencing frequent palpitations. Sign 5. Unexplained chest discomfort or pressure. Not all heart problems announce themselves with the dramatic, crushing chest pain you see in movies. Many people, especially seniors, experience more subtle forms of chest discomfort that can easily be mistaken for heartburn, muscle strain, or even anxiety. This discomfort might feel like pressure, heaviness, tightness, or a burning sensation in your chest that comes and goes without any clear pattern. The sensation might spread to your shoulders, arms, neck, jaw, or back, and it often worsens with physical activity or emotional stress. What makes this symptom particularly dangerous is how easy it is to dismiss or attribute to other causes. The American College of Cardiology has published extensive research showing that atypical chest symptoms are actually more common than classic heart attack pain, especially in people over 65. Their studies reveal that many heart attacks present with subtle symptoms that don't match the Hollywood version of cardiac events. These atypical symptoms can include mild chest pressure, indigestion-like sensations, jaw pain, or even just an unexplained feeling that something isn't right. The research emphasizes that any chest discomfort that's new, persistent, or different from anything you've experienced before should be taken seriously, regardless of how mild it might seem. George Patterson from Oregon experienced what he described as a tight feeling across his chest that reminded him of having eaten too much at dinner. The sensation came and went over several weeks, usually when he was working in his workshop or climbing the stairs to his bedroom. He took antacids and assumed it was acid reflux until the discomfort became so persistent that his wife insisted he see a doctor. An electrocardiogram and stress test revealed significant blockages in George's coronary arteries, and what he thought was indigestion was actually his heart muscle crying out for more oxygen during periods of increased demand. Never ignore any form of chest discomfort, even if it seems mild or comes and goes unpredictably. Pay attention to whether the discomfort is triggered by physical activity, emotional stress, or even just walking upstairs. And note whether it improves when you rest. Keep track of associated symptoms such as sweating, nausea, shortness of breath, or pain that radiates to other parts of your body. Even if you're not sure whether your symptoms are heart-related, seek immediate medical evaluation rather than waiting to see if they go away on their own. Your heart doesn't give second chances, and what seems like minor discomfort could be the only warning you get before a major cardiac event. These 5 signs represent your body's early warning system for heart disease. Unexplained fatigue, swelling in your legs and feet, persistent shortness of breath, irregular heartbeats, and any form of chest discomfort are all ways your cardiovascular system tries to tell you that something isn't working properly. The good news is that recognizing these signs early gives you the power to take action and potentially save your own life. Your heart has been trying to communicate with you, and now you know how to listen and respond appropriately. Have you noticed any of these warning signs in yourself or a loved one? Share your experience in the comments below because your story could help save someone else's life. If this information opened your eyes to something new about your health, hit that like button and share this video with other seniors in your life who need to know these critical warning signs. Subscribe for more life-saving health information that could make all the difference for you and your family's well-being.